Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on stage 46 of the Disney Dollhouse. Let me go ahead and get this camera out of the way. I'm not going to need it. It's there from the last video I did. So today what we've got is, looks like we've got the, let's see. It's a cup of, I'm not sure what the cup is. Oh, it's probably a cup of tea, considering it is from Alice in Wonderland. Oh, it's not a cup. Oh, well, it is, but it isn't. It's the Mad Hatter's hat, which is also a teacup. So it'll go together like that. Let me go ahead and put that back in here because we don't need it right now. We also have a chair from the Alice's room, and it has a club on it. Last thing we have in here is the stairs. They are wood. These stairs go into the basement room. They'll sit in here like this. They go between this wall and this wall like that. They'll get glued in later on. I don't think they actually get used in this stage. I'm going to go ahead and close this up over top of the chair and the hat. I'll cut this later on or just store it like this. So the rest of what we're going to do is all from, let me double check actually. Yeah, that all we're doing today, all we're doing in this video is working with parts from stage 45. So the first thing we've got is this piece here, and it is wall G. Notch goes on this side here when we put one of these shorter pieces of paper on it. Just looking, actually kind of nice because you can tell which one goes on which because they have the white border on different sides. So let me make sure this is clean. I'm not going to wipe it down with a paper towel or a rag or anything. It shouldn't need that, hopefully. Fold this over as we've done before. We've done this several times already, and we're going to line it up. We're going to leave this tab here. We're going to line it up with this edge here and this edge here to make sure everything is square. Make sure this bottom edge is square. That should be very close. That's good. Go ahead and push that down. Grab this, pull it across, and just like that, we now have the brick wall. As before, this piece, this is going to fold over the top. There's a reason why it goes over there like that. I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to cut it along the edge here, like we've done on several others. And we're going to take our small straight edge. We're going to line it up on this edge here. And we're going to cut the rest of this off. Remove it. We're going to come over this side and cut in that little tab area there. Like I always do, fold it down. And that is the first wall. Set that aside. Do this piece here. Next part we're going to work with is the top of the wall here. I will tell you, these little grooves here will come into play. That is what actually will be at the top of these walls holding the, there are pieces that will come later that will hold the paper down on the top. So it wants us to take one of these two, and again, you can tell which one because the one that they have us doing this time, the white stripe, is on this end. So we'll take this, we will peel it back just like we have several other times. Peel it back, fold it down, and again what we're going to do is leave the large tab here uncovered. So line it up top corner here, make sure that we have the bottom lined up all the way across, press it down in place, pull the tab across, and just that easily we have the next wall, next part of the brick wall made. This one's a little bit different than a lot of them have been, because what we're going to do is we're going to cut out here. There's going to be a door. I don't know if there's actually they're going to actually put a door in this doorway. There is a door though. There's a doorway, at least. Cutting carefully. Yeah, it didn't do very well on this corner, this side here. Let's see if we can do this without shaving the wood. It is not playing nice. Try this one more time. Did I cut across the top? I don't think I did. That will help. And what I'm trying to avoid, what happens occasionally, is that it will tear the paper while you're cutting it. You want to avoid that because I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if there's going to be a door that will go into this hole, which would hide any mistakes. Oops. So I'm going to work with this as if there's not going to be. You got that door there. Then here we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to cut along this edge, turn it over, not the sanding stick, lay the straight edge here, and cut it like that to get the tab uncovered. And so now we have the two sides of the wall. Next thing we're going to need is we're going to move these out of the way, because this is going to take a couple of minutes. It's not going to take a couple of minutes on the video, but I've got to do some gluing and then let it dry. Go ahead and take the stairs out of here. Actually, I'll just set them over here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the door piece in here like this, and it's going to fit into the notch here, and the tabs are going to fit into the holes in the floor, just like that. Same with this piece. We're going to take it, we're going to fit it over here. Tabs are going to fit into the floor like that. And the key thing is there is a slight gap here. You're never going to see it. But the key thing is that we need to make sure that everything fits. We don't want any bare spots. Like I said, we've got one right there. But we don't want to have it glaringly obvious. And what I'm going to do is when I glue this, I'm going to clamp it this direction. I'm going to clamp it this direction and this direction so that it will set up. Because the next thing they have you do, you leave this piece in place. You take this piece back out. You put glue on the tab. You put glue on this edge. Do not glue it all the way down because you're going to have to be able to lift it back out. You're going to lift the whole assembly out as a single piece. So a little bit of wood glue on here. And again, wood glue because it sets up faster. I'm not going to go over the top. Matter of fact, let's make sure we don't have it all the way down. And I'm going to set this in place carefully, trying not to smear the glue. Bringing it down. Set the tabs into the floor. Come on. So the tabs are now set into the floor. Let me get my clamps to lock that in place where it needs to be. Clamps are over here across the room, so I come over here, grab the clamps, keep talking so you don't think I've abandoned. Come back over here, and like I said, somehow I'm going to work these clamps to where I'm clamping it this direction, and then I'm going to clamp it, put the other one on this direction over top of that clamp. And see, I've got to clamp it over top the clamp and not actually be bothering that other clamp. So pull that tight, and let it sit for a half hour or so it can set up. I'll be back once that is set up and we'll press on. Okay, let's go ahead and take this apart, and hopefully that wall will stay solid. Because the reason we want it to stay solid is because what we're gonna do here, if it'll come out, and that came undone. But we want to be able to put the other sides of the wallpaper on without them peeling off and leaving blank spots. What I'm doing right now is real quick, because this came undone. The paper did here. I'm just going to glue it down. And I see why it sticks down a little bit beyond. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put the wallpaper on the other side of these. So I need something about yay high. Maybe I'll be able to just put it on without it. Actually, which one do they have us doing? They have us do this one first. So what we're going to do is go all the way to the edge here and lay it down this direction, while not snapping that seam in the middle. Okay, peel this off of here. Do just like before. I may end up a little bit off camera because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang this off the edge of the table here. Do the same thing as before, except for paying very close attention to this edge here, to the edge off camera right now, because that's where I want to have everything line up and be perfect. So slide this across. I might have to do the same thing on here as I did on the other side of this piece. So now lay this over on this side. Take the X-Acto blade. Again, trying not to cut the wood or my finger. Cut the door out, and I just cut the wood. Let's see if that will come off of there. Come on. There we go. There's that one. And then we're going to do the same thing over here as we did before. Cut that, flip it over. Use the straight edge here. Drop the knife and stab my leg. Not really, but it could have. Come on. And then again, cut the spot for the tab here. I forget, that's why that's been odd. I forgot to cut the other side. It will work out though. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Andrea needed something. Andrea being my wife. My wife, if you listen to the streams at all. Okay, so that's on there, that's on there. Next thing we do is we do the last piece here. We're going to do across this one. And I believe after we do that, we will, we'll glue it in place. And I don't know if you can see in the book, but the reason I don't need to know how to read French for this is because anytime they do the red cross hatching, that means you're gluing. So this is going to go on here like this. So I'll line it up to cover all the way out to the corner where the other one is. Oops, too far. Pull it back a little bit. Push it down. The key thing is you don't want a gap between the two of them. It's almost seems to me like it might have been better if they had done a piece that wraps around the corner, but this is what we got. So push this across here like this. And I'm still not sure because I don't think there are lights in the poo cellar room, but I might see what I can do to make lights in there. So like before, cut across there. Take the ruler. Just like that. And then cut there. Tear that off. Turn it back over. Here, lay that part down into the gap, just like that. Now let me get that out of the way. Bring the cellar back over, the stairs, and so we're going to put glue all the way around these edges on the sides of the tabs and across the bottom. And across the sides here. So I'm going to start with some glue on the tab there, run it down the side here, just basic gluing like I've done so many other times. This would probably stay in place without any glue, but it's always better to have these things glued in. I'm going to go ahead and hit the tabs first. Come back, go between the tabs, spot right there, and then this tab here, and across the side here. And so now it's going to be a little bit more interesting to get this back in place because it has to hit all the tabs at the same time. That one's in, that one's in, and that's got to go over. A little bit tricky to get this to go in place. Most important is do not break anything. There we go. Pop it down in place like that. And I'm going to reclamp it so that it is stuck to the wall the way it should be. So this time we're going to put it this way, right on that edge. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, this edge. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that the wall is pushed up against it as much as it possibly can be. Grab a couple of the Q-tips because I can't really get my hand down in there to clear up this glue that is on the inside. We're not going to be able to see it anyway. Go back across with a clean one. That looks good. I cannot see the side that I'm working on there. But now, at least one of them. We'll pause again and let this set up for about 10-15 minutes and pull the clamps off. So I'll be back. Okay, been about 10 minutes. This should be set up well enough that I can take the clamps off. Go ahead and pull both of them off. And I can see a little bit, might be a little bit of issue with the tops of the walls. I don't think so, but we shall see. And by issue with the tops of the walls, what I mean is that it might peel a little bit. I did just see over here, it had split. So what I think I'm going to do is get some Scotch tape and just Scotch tape the edges there, or Scotch tape the edge after I put some white glue in here on both sides. White glue, I think, will hold it a little bit better than the original adhesive. But it should be fine. Didn't have the paper towel to wipe my hands on, so I wipe them on the palm of my hand. So that, my friends, is all there is to do. That one, that needs a little bit. That's all there is to do in stage 46 of the Disney house. This is not set in yet, I don't think. Okay, I was like, it's not coming loose. The stairs are not set in, not glued in, they're just sitting in there. That's coming undone again. Definitely going to put a piece of tape across there. I think. If I have the tape right here, I thought I did. Apparently I don't. I mean, I've got plenty of masking tape, just no Scotch tape. But I'll throw some Scotch tape on this corner because I don't want it coming undone once everything is set up. But I am really liking the way this basement room looks. So I'm going to call that the end of this stage. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Hope you're enjoying this build. I think it is the bomb, fantastic, whatever you want to call it. Leave a comment. I love comments. Looking forward to hearing anything you guys have got to say about this. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you on the next video or stream.
Footman's Model Mania, Partwork models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Footman's Model Mania, Partwork models, plastic modeling, wooden models.